Sheehan Quirk, a law graduate from Durham, found himself working at McDonald's due to financial constraints. Despite his desire to be a writer, he struggled to get his work published and faced numerous rejections. Feeling unfulfilled, he had a revelation one day and decided to quit his job at McDonald's to pursue his dream of becoming a writer. Starting with the goal of making a living as a writer, Sheehan created a Twitter account under the name The Cultural Tutor to offer cultural tutoring services. While initially focusing on writing listicles and trying to promote his tutoring services, he found that people were more interested in his writing on Twitter than in his tutoring services. This led him to shift his focus towards writing threads on various cultural topics. Sheehan's decision to remain anonymous as the cultural tutor was not driven by a desire for anonymity, but rather by a desire to establish authority in the field of cultural tutoring. By creating a persona separate from his real identity, he was able to present himself as an expert in cultural topics and engage with his audience more effectively. Despite concerns about his credibility as a writer without formal credentials in cultural studies, Sheehan adopted a mindset of letting others judge his work. He believed that the ultimate test of credibility is how people respond to his writing, and he used feedback from his audience to improve his work continuously. By focusing on writing content that he found interesting and valuable, Sheehan was able to overcome self-doubt and gain confidence in his writing. Sheehan's approach to writing involves setting high standards for himself while also being open to feedback and criticism. He viewed writing as a process of continuous improvement and learning, and he embraced the challenge of creating content that was both engaging and informative. By writing for himself first and foremost, Sheehan was able to maintain a sense of authenticity and passion in his work. Within the first 6 weeks of starting his Twitter account, Sheehan experienced rapid growth. He wrote threads on various topics like Roman history, medieval education, modern architecture, and minimalist design. One of his threads about the dangers of minimalist design went viral, gaining 250,000 likes in a day and increasing his follower count by 80,000. This success gave him the critical mass of followers needed to continue growing his account. Sheehan attributes his success to his passion for writing and the diverse range of topics he covers. He mentions that he reads books published over 50 years ago to avoid being influenced by current trends. He finds inspiration for his threads by observing the world around him, such as noticing the impact of trees in cities during a walk. He emphasizes the importance of understanding a topic deeply, which allows him to make connections and write engaging content. Sheehan also shares how he received support from David Pell, the founder of Rite of Passage, who offered to financially support him as a writer. Pell's generosity and belief in Sheehan's work allowed him to focus on writing without worrying about financial constraints. This support enabled Sheehan to continue producing high-quality content and grow his online presence. One key factor in Sheehan's success is the unique content he provides on Twitter. While the internet is filled with divisive political content and mindless entertainment, Sheehan's threads offer a refreshing and meaningful perspective on art, history, and culture. His engaging and uplifting content resonates with readers, leading to increased engagement and follower growth. By focusing on topics that are not commonly covered online, Sheehan sets himself apart and attracts a dedicated audience. Throughout his journey, Sheehan emphasizes the importance of persistence and dedication to writing. He highlights the need to continue producing content even when faced with low engagement or challenges. By staying committed to his passion for writing and consistently creating valuable threads, Sheehan was able to grow his following and establish himself as a respected writer on Twitter. Sheehan describes his daily routine, which is quite unconventional. He stays up late into the night, often working until the early hours of the morning. He starts his day by taking a cold shower, which he believes helps him wake up and stay alert. He then dresses in a shirt, trousers, and tie, which he considers his uniform for work. He believes that being slightly uncomfortable while working can enhance creativity and productivity. After getting dressed, Sheehan goes outside for a walk to clear his mind and gather inspiration. He enjoys wandering around and observing his surroundings, allowing his thoughts to flow freely. He mentions that he takes his time to wake up fully and often spends several hours just walking and thinking before he feels ready to start writing. When inspiration strikes, Sheehan rushes back home to his laptop to start writing. He describes the intense focus and dedication he puts into his writing, often spending hours crafting and refining his work. He mentions that he is not bound by a strict schedule and prefers to let his creativity guide his writing process. Sheehan also discusses the importance of finding a balance between passion and market forces in creative work. He acknowledges that while following one's instincts is crucial, it is also essential to consider the audience and potential engagement with the content. Sheehan believes that a combination of passion, market awareness, and creative instinct is key to creating meaningful and impactful work. Sheehan's daily routine involves writing Twitter threads, reading poetry, and spending time with friends. He acknowledges the strain that his work can put on his relationships, but emphasizes the importance of prioritizing his writing. Sheehan finds inspiration in nature, particularly in the songs of birds, and believes that creativity comes from a place of passion and truth. He shares his belief that action speaks louder than words, and that one must follow their instincts and inner drive to create meaningful work. Sheehan reflects on the impact of his work on his personal life, noting that his dedication to writing has sometimes led to missed opportunities for socializing. He grapples with the idea of whether his writing is truly making a difference in the world and questions the value of fame and success. He shares insights from philosophers like Socrates and Montaigne, highlighting the importance of living in the present moment and finding happiness within oneself. Sheehan reveals that he is working on a book proposal and hopes to create a definitive work that reflects his ideas and writing style. He acknowledges the challenges of meeting deadlines and balancing his creative process with external expectations. He expresses a desire to distill and improve upon his previous writing in this book project, aiming to create something that is useful, interesting, and beautiful. Sheehan offers advice for writers and content creators, emphasizing the importance of focusing on the act of writing itself. He encourages individuals to prioritize their connection with the page and the truth they want to convey, rather than getting caught up in external pressures or expectations. He believes that the essence of writing lies in the relationship between the writer and the page, and that all other concerns should be set aside in pursuit of creating something meaningful.